Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. In this video I wanted to talk to you guys about how to overcome some of the mental challenges that we have to go through during our weight loss journey coming right up.
3, 2, 1.
This video is really close to my heart because I know better than anybody, because I've been up and down so many times before during my weight loss journey, and I know if you're not mentally healthy and if you're not mentally there and you're not in tune with your willpower and your discipline, there's no way you can achieve anything, let alone weight loss, which is one of the hardest things to achieve. Now, everyone knows what to eat, everyone knows how to get a coach and follow the coach's diet, but nobody knows how to put themselves mentally in a situation. Especially if you have over 20 pounds to lose, you need to really get mentally healthy in order to be able to do that. And I'm so excited to share some of these tips with you guys today in this video. So if you're excited, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. If you're going to be honest with ourselves, guys, initially the main reason that we put on so much weight is the lack of discipline. In order to be able to cook every single day and exercise regularly, we need to gain discipline first. And that's why we designed the bridging program. That takes you step by step, slowly walk you through this process. And the more you take your time with it, the longer that it's going to stick with you. I'm sure a lot of you watching this have already tried switching into a healthier lifestyle. You've gotten up and you said to yourself, I'm going to start a healthier lifestyle from tomorrow. I'm going to exercise every day, I'm going to diet every day, and I'm going to kill it. But it never happens because, it might happen for a little while, but you're going to go back to the same habits. It's because you didn't take the time to build those habits right from the start. What I recommend to my clients, especially after losing so much confidence in yourself, is to take your time, take small steps, and celebrate your wins. For example, you're gonna start working out once a week or twice a week, and then you're gonna celebrate that. Only 5 minutes is enough to begin with. If you haven't worked out for a year, you could work out for 5 minutes on Tuesdays, for example, or on Sundays, whatever that works. And 5 minutes is honestly very quick, and I'm sure you can do that. And once you've done that, you feel so great about yourself. So instead of feeling like a failure, you feel like a winner. Make sure you create that in your brain so you don't look at yourself as a failure, as someone who sets really high goals and never get to achieve it, to somebody who sets small goals, celebrates it, and makes a bigger goal afterwards. So if you're gonna take one point from this video, is that don't go from ordering pizza and burgers to having chicken and broccoli. Take your time with it. Start making the pizza at home. Get rid of the habits of ordering pizza on Uber Eats and start doing it at home. Make a delicious pizza at home and enjoy it. Celebrate that. You didn't order from outside. Yay, right? So that's a good thing. And then you're gonna start making other kinds of food, maybe breaded chicken, or maybe some kind of an unhealthier kind of chicken with different sauces and marinade. And that's okay. Make it as unhealthy as you can. Make sausage with it. Put on cheese and anything you want on it. And then slowly you can start cleaning that up. And one of the biggest mistakes that we make is going from junk food to chicken and broccoli. You can fool yourself for so long, but that chicken and broccoli, I know if you had pizza the night before, it's gonna taste like right? So you're not gonna like it. You gotta get your taste used to healthy food, and it's not gonna happen overnight. So take your time with it. The second tip I wanted to give you is how we see ourselves and how we perceive ourselves to be. What kind of identity are you carrying with you? Do you think of yourself as a type of person who doesn't have any control over what she eats or he eats? Do you think of yourself as a person who has no control of the food that is in front of her? Do you think that you're a type of person who's addicted to sugar? What is it that you think about yourself? I've actually recently read a book called Limitless by Jim Quick, and it talks about how we can change the way we perceive ourselves. And it talks about how a simple conversation you could have with your friend or your parent, or something that happened when you were a child, it could actually affect how you perceive yourself, and you could be so wrong thinking of yourself in that way. I mentioned that in this video because that is something I personally struggle with on a daily basis. I always think of myself as somebody who doesn't have control over her food if she's not dieting. Let's say if I'm having a cheat meal or I'm out at a party, I have no control of what I want to eat. And then I decided to tell myself that I'm not that person. One time I was working out in my room and I kept telling myself that I'm completely in control of what I eat. I eat very small portions. And as I was repeating this to myself, I started crying all of a sudden and I broke down. And that day I had a really, really good day with my diet. And I really think if I repeated that on a daily basis, it's gonna have a really positive effect in my life. And I actually did this when I was starting my journey as well. I always thought of myself as somebody who couldn't work out and who couldn't really do anything, and I wasn't confident in myself. I didn't feel confident when I went to the gym. So I kept repeating that, you know what, I own this. I really know what I'm doing at the gym, even though I didn't, and I caused a lot of damage. But honestly, it really helps me mentally to feel confident, and I feel like there's hope for me. To be honest with you guys, I really think if I continued thinking like that, I wouldn't be where I am today. And today my challenge is to start thinking of myself and seeing myself as a real athlete. I've been really working on myself to start viewing myself as a real athlete who can work out, not just for a fat person that I used to be, but as a new person who's athletic and who's into fitness. So I think that's going to help me break another plateau and maybe achieve the body composition that I'm looking for finally. So the next tip I wanted to talk about is becoming conscious of every single decision that we make. I feel like as humans, we make a lot of unconscious choices. Some of us smoke, some of us eat bad food, some of us have bad relationships, some of us have anger issues. All of these are choices that we make. It's not something that happens to us. It's not just the type of person we are. I completely, wholeheartedly believe that we can actually be in charge of our actions completely 100%. We can tell ourselves not to have that piece of cake. We can tell ourselves not to get angry or emotional in a certain situation. So sometimes the thought of having a scoop of ice cream comes to you. You have complete power to say no to that, but we convince ourselves otherwise that we can actually get away with it this time. So at that second, I need you to be conscious of the choices that you're making. It is in your hand to do what you're about to do. I feel like being human is a gift and a curse. So if we're given the gift of being able to choose consciously, why not do that? Why not make the conscious decision that is best for us? And I know it's easier said than done, and I don't do it to 100%, but I practice it every single day. So the power is in our hands. We can say no to added sugar and processed food and make sure we choose the right food that is right for us. I also must say that we don't always choose consciously to have bad food. Sometimes it is a habit that we created for ourselves. For example, guys, I might have a habit of buying a chocolate chip muffin going home from work. How do I actually break free from that? I recently read a book called Atomic Habit by James Clear. He explains in the book how to break free from these habits and how to build new ones. If you have time, make sure you check it out. You can listen to it on Audible. It's a great book. I've actually made a video on how to apply James Clear principles to weight loss. It's a very short video, 6 or 7 minutes. You can check it out. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below for you guys so you can check it out later. So my next tip is directed to all the women out there who feel like they struggle with hormonal eating during their period because of high progesterone level. We feel like the food that we have is never enough and we crave a lot of food. How do we really battle that? So first of all, I recommend that you keep track of your period so you know exactly when your cycle starts. So 5 or 6 days before your period hits, if you're not in a rush with your weight loss goals, increase your calories by 200 and add a small cheat meal in there. So maybe you could go with a small healthy protein bar, maybe you could go with a homemade pancake or a cake, or you can actually do sweet potato fries with cinnamon. These are some of my to-go recipes. I actually have a few recipes linked down below. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. You can actually download it. All you have to do is to type in your email and I will email it to you. And if you're really serious about your weight loss goals during this week or two, it's really easy to lose motivation and go back to your old habits. So it's very important to have some mental and visual cues that remind you of your goals. Something I do is to have sticky notes on my bathroom mirrors, or sometimes I like to have something on my phone that reminds me of my goals. My next tip is to be kind to yourself. I see it all the time. A lot of people start losing weight and when they fall off the track, they lose motivation. You've got to realize this is a regular, normal process. You have no idea how many times I've gone off track and got back on track. And I feel like the people who are actually able to lose weight are those who stick with the process. So for the love of God, please don't criticize yourself. That's just how it works with anything in life. Whoever I talk to who has achieved anything in life has gone through ups and downs, and if you don't understand that that's just a part of a process, you're going to give up. So I'm here, this is your sign to pick up the things again and get back on track. So one of the other things that I wanted to mention is to make sure that you are a part of a community who's going through the same thing. I am actually working on my social media, on my Instagram, on my YouTube, to be able to create a community of people who are looking to be healthy. So if you're into that, make sure you follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my Facebook group so we can build this community together. If you didn't want to join me specifically, that's totally fine. Find another group on Facebook or Instagram and make sure you join a community of like-minded people so you guys can get together, exchange ideas. If you feel down, you can go write a comment and people are gonna actually help you get through the struggle that you're having at that specific day. I think it's very helpful. Other than that, I feel so blessed to be able to connect to so many of you guys through my YouTube videos. I'm so happy to see that you guys are subscribing to my channel recently. It makes me so happy and motivated to make more videos for you guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you found value, please share it with your friends so I can get my message out there to even more people. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of my YouTube journey. See you in the next video. Bye bye.